How's it going, guys? And welcome to your SmackDown review. So, SmackDown, we got some WrestleMania build here on this show. WrestleMania definitely looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty decent show. We've got Lesnar there this time around, which we did last year. We've got Rousey, who I'm a fan of. No, I know not everyone is crazy about Rousey, but it seems like now the crowd is back in her good graces, and I don't understand that. I guess absence makes the heart grow fonder, but Rousey was the one. I put up her tweet on Instagram many months ago, where people were crying their eyes out for Bray Wyatt and everything, but Rousey brought up the point of like how they were chanting during his matches the same way that they were chanting during her matches and being disrespectful. And she brought up a great point about the current state of wrestling fans and how obnoxious they are. Well, she's back and she's a baby face and she's smiling Ronda Rousey once again. She comes out there to challenge Charlotte. Everyone thinks that Charlotte is going to pick her own opponent, that Ronda is going to pick Becky because she appeared on Raw on Monday. But it turns out that Ronda comes out there and she challenges Charlotte instead. Sonya Deville gets in between Ronda and Charlotte when she thinks that she's going to go after Charlotte, and she puts her in her submission armbar. An armbar, I guess it was. So this is something that what's so hilarious is that you have Ronda Rousey. And I don't know what capacity she's back in. If she's a part-timer, if she's a full-time talent, who even knows anymore? But this is something that should have went to Naomi, who's like not even on the fucking show at all. I guess they've already forgotten about this rivalry. But everything that like Naomi worked for, Ronda just gets it done here in this segment, which I'm perfectly fine with. I mean, if we're gonna pick Ronda Rousey and Naomi, I'm gonna go with Ronda Rousey, obviously, who I like better. But yeah, Sonya Deville there wincing in pain. I don't know. I heard someone put somewhere in the comments that she broke her arm. Is that like supposed to be like the storyline in this situation here? This segment was okay, but the whole thing when she's coming out, the fans are now chanting for her. She's smiling. How much better? Once again, another missed opportunity. I don't understand how they do this time and time again with Roman Reigns. Years and years of forcing the babyface role on him. As people were audibly booing him. Now people are cheering Ronda. But, still, she comes back, and we don't know how all the crowds are going to respond to her, right? How it's going to look on TV. But shouldn't Ronda come out there and kind of do the gimmick that she was doing on social media and say, you fans disrespected me at WrestleMania, disrespected me, for so many months, booing me. Screw you fans, I'm going to do what's best for me. But we don't get that. It's smiling Ronda Rousey. I will say this, Charlotte is definitely, though not, fantastic or great on promos, definitely better than Sasha Banks, who once again we learn that she's not on the show. She's not going to be there. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Again, Sasha's not there. So is she going to make another return? How? I don't understand. Like, how is it that all these different talents are getting released, but Sasha Banks, they hold her in such high regard? Does she sell a lot of merchandise? Does she even have any notable merchandise? Why are they still desperately clinging to Sasha, dealing with this bullshit of obviously this is not all injuries. Whatever it was, whatever it may be. But every couple of months, I said this in my last review, she's disappearing, she's returning. I've never seen somebody return this much in wrestling to the WWE, constantly doing returns one after another. Like, no one is going to miss you when you've barely been gone. But whatever. So that's the Ronda segment. Also, we learned that Sami Zayn is finally getting his Intercontinental title match against Nakamura. Remember this? The 12 Days of Christmas gauntlet. I totally forgot about this match. Forgot that he even had an opportunity. But Scrap Heap Adam Pearce informed Sami Zayn that he's finally going to get that IC title match. Like, I forgot, and now he's going to get it? Like, does anyone even care anymore? There's an Intercontinental title. Oh, yeah, that's right. Naga Murphy's been, like, wearing this title belt. I forget he even has it half the time. Aside from that, Zayn was very entertaining on commentary during Nakamurphy's match with Jinder. Jinder, once again, jobs out. No surprise there. What a waste of Jinder and this guy that has a great physique and just a great talent all around, the great personality that's being wasted. And we saw Shanky's personality. I mean, this is an entertaining people being wasted. Drew McIntyre, another person being wasted. He opened up WrestleMania, but it was a WWE title match against Bobby Lashley. Here it looks like Drew is on the collision course with Baron Corbin, Happy Corbin for WrestleMania. I mean, that's just going to be underwhelming. I like both guys, but let's face it, Drew is in such a better place than, working during the pandemic, during the heat of the pandemic in 2020, being their champion. Just like why are we doing this to him? I don't get it. Anyway, Madcap Moss, I guess he's going to wrestle him again at Elimination Chamber. Big E continues to, just wallow away in New Day. I'll be honest, I was happy to see, like, Big E finally, like, kind of break away from the New Day and be on his own, but still doing goofball antics. Sometimes he made me laugh. I'm very torn on Big E. Like, I don't really know if, like, I like the guy all that much. I think he's impressive looking, but his, the personality sometimes it floats between cringy and funny. Like, I did like when he was laughing in Heyman's face with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I saw potential there. I think certain things just need to be tweaked with his personality. They need to get him the fuck away from New Day. But once again, here it is, back to dancing around with New Day. We've been doing this shit since 2014, and here it is again. 8 years of New Day. I've never seen them actually be this consistent with a tag team before. Not even the Hardy Boys could last that long. Not even the Dudleys before breaking up. I mean, they're just hardcore into New Day, I guess, because of the merchandise sales. But, couldn't they get better results, better merchandise sales maybe from, like, a really serious Big E singles push? But anyway, I think the Big E ship has sailed. I really doubt we'll ever see him with the world title again. That was just, boring. It was a flop. It's not his fault, but, probably shouldn't have even been given the title in the first place, to be quite honest. And we have Aaliyah with another win, another unimpressive win against Natalya. She gets a count-out victory. Of course, this will probably all culminate. Maybe we'll get, at the Elimination Chamber, they'll all be covered up in another exciting Divas match, in Jeddah as they go toe-to-toe, toe-to-toe from head to toe. I mistakenly said that Aaliyah was wearing a 316 t-shirt. I thought that's what it said. I could have sworn, but it's actually 317, meaning 3 seconds, 3.17 seconds. Like, who's gonna buy that shirt? But whatever, I guess it doesn't cost that much money to just, have a shirt made like that. But Aaliyah is kind of in the same boat as Liv Morgan, an attractive girl. She's very cute, but should she be a serious wrestler going toe to toe with Natalya? And I know there's an underdog story to be told there, but man, has there ever been a talent that's like been that like messed with than Natalia? Like I've talked about this for years. First it's the farting gimmick, then you have, her losing in her hometown constantly and all these other things, like just whatever it takes to embarrass her. No, that's basically been her career. I mean, really, when I look at it, like Natalia's WWE career, for her calling her the boat, she really has had a very underwhelming career. What are your favorite Natalia moments? Can you really name any? I mean, I'm just being perfectly honest here. And finally, we're going to wrap it up with Goldberg challenging Roman Reigns, or, basically just laying down the law. And, it's always the same thing. I get it that, he's a part-timer, but like, could they just kind of maybe write a little bit of a story in here? It's almost the same way it came about the first time. Just Goldberg comes out and challenges Roman Reigns. Not even a promo like, oh, well, you escaped me last time, but this time I'm gonna get you. Like, I don't know, just a little something extra. Heyman, of course, over the top as usual. I've gone back and I wrote this on Twitter. I've been going back to WWE CW and really enjoying a lot of it. For so many people that have like said shit about this version of ECW, it really was a lot of fun. I gotta be quite honest. I really enjoyed seeing the Sandman, Kevin Thorne, RVD, and Hardcore Holly Test, in the main events, having like these great Extreme Rules matches, seeing Matt Striker do his heel character, seeing Kelly, and all of it was fun. It really was, and it's like it's only 45 minutes. It was an hour when it was on TV. And Heyman was like on fire in those pros. I want that version of Heyman back. This is kind of like just a little bit too silly for me with Paul Heyman, but he kind of gives a like a decent explanation, of kind of just saying that Roman just came to him, and so I guess that's better of an explanation than we've gotten in the past, because if there's one thing that WWE sucks at, is giving explanations and explaining their storylines. Like, like when someone does something, it's like they get flustered. Oh, well, what's the reason we did this? It's like they do it and then they figure out the reason later, instead of like having a reason ready to go. But, I wish they would have came up with something. But, one thing I got to say, I do want to see this match. I definitely do. It's just a very interesting dynamic of spear versus spear. This is, something that I wanted to see when it was supposed to happen 2 years ago. And, we'll finally get to see it. But, what is this like? They've done this before. Roman Reigns doesn't even respond. He kind of just like shakes his head and walks away like, you don't have anything to respond to this. Heyman has nothing to say. I get it. Maybe they're flustered. Maybe they're scared. But really, should Reigns really be that flustered this far into his title reign? Like, I don't get it. It's confusing. Maybe like less is more. That's the idea here. But like, does Reigns not have a response? I'm kind of perplexed by that. But anyway, I'm also looking forward to the Marks losing their minds about this. Oh, Goldberg. Oh. It's also weird. Like, there's no Lesnar on this show either. We do get a package showing that they're on the Collision course, but it's like we kind of have to take a break. You realize, right, that Reigns screwed you over, Lesnar, so it's like he should probably be on this show, but he's not, because he's got to take time to go into the Elimination Chamber, and I don't know, are they going to do champion versus champion? Because it is time to fucking just merge those belts already, and don't do what you did a few years ago and separate them again with the Universal title. Have one world title. Fuck doing the brand extension. End that shit. Never go back to it again. You never should have gone back to it ever. But they made the because like look at the situation they're in now. We've got no one on SmackDown, no valid challenges. I mean, you complain, oh, Goldberg. Well, who else is the guy supposed to wrestle? And it looks like the Rollins feud has just magically gone up in smoke, and maybe that's for the best because I wasn't really enjoying the Shield revisit for the 1,000th time. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get all notifications when I post all my new videos. If you don't get the notifications, come to the channel and see if you've missed anything. And thanks to all my patrons for your continued support, and I'll see you next time.